A little rising moment from my kitchen. Come share it with me. Today I decided I'm gonna make a cake that I enjoyed growing up. I make it once in a while, but not very often. It's not very complicated and it's delicious, and you can substitute some of the filling that goes in it. So let me show you what the ingredients are. You're gonna need 500 grams of all-purpose flour. You're gonna mix this with 250 grams of butter. I'm gonna put it in the microwave for just a little bit because one of those sticks is frozen. 6 eggs, but you need to separate it. You only need the egg yolks in the dough. The dough will also use, how much is this? 50 grams of sugar, which is like 2-3 tablespoons, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. This sugar, which is like a cup, 200 grams, will go with the egg whites. And you also need some kind of preserves. This is or apple butter. I'm using homemade apple butter. You can use fresh apples, and I probably make it some other time. You just have to shred them and squeeze the water out of it. But I just want to use up some stuff I have in the pantry, and I don't eat a lot of sweet jams like this, so I make that for baking cakes. So that's what you need, and I'm gonna mix the ingredients probably with this one first, see how it comes together. I forgot, you will also need 2 tablespoons of cacao or cocoa powder, whatever you're using. I'll show you how this comes in a little bit later. All right, flour, baking powder, egg yolks, butter, and some sugar going into the mixture to be combined. Once your dough comes together, you divide it into 3 equal portions. One I left in here, and I'm gonna add the 2 tablespoons of cacao, and I'm gonna mix this. Once this is combined, I'm gonna put all 3 of them into the fridge or freezer wrapped in the saran wrap. While your dough is chilling in the freezer or fridge, just line your cake pan with some parchment paper, and I'm gonna whip my egg whites with this cup of sugar. And I'm kind of in a hurry today. I don't have much time, so I'm not gonna let my dough chill too long, but you can leave it in there for about 30 minutes. Now this is not needed, but since I have it, I'm gonna add a little bit. I think it's like 1/8 teaspoon per egg white, so I'm gonna add 1.5 teaspoons since I have 6 egg whites, just to make sure they stay stiff. Once your egg whites come together, stiff peaks, go ahead and find you one of these parchment paper on the bottom, and get one of the light color dough out of your freezer. And what I'm gonna do is shred it over here, and you can probably just press it in, but I will be shredding in all of them. It just gives it a little different texture, but that's why we're keeping it cold. This is what it looks like. I shredded sorry I shredded the dough and kind of pressed it in a little bit, just to make sure it's not going to be moving with my apple butter when I'm spreading it over. And that's what goes on next. So this is kind of wet. I hope it's going to work. Normally I would put some kind of jam on the bottom, and then freshly shredded apples, and it gives it like a dual flavor cake. But I've made it like this before. I have used about half of this jar. You don't want to put too much. This really is wet. But next, I'm gonna shred the dark part of the dough with cocoa powder in it on top of this. I got my chocolate dough spread out evenly. Next part will be spreading out the egg whites. This is what it looks like. And next, I'm gonna be shredding the light color dough on here. And I forget to preheat my oven all the time, so I just turned it on to 375. And this is the last layer on this cake. This will go in a 375 Fahrenheit oven for about an hour. And just remember, there's magic in simple things. So I'll let you see how this comes out. This is what my cake looks like. You could probably drizzle some chocolate or caramel on it. I'm not doing this. This is the original kind of version. And I had it in the oven for 1 hour. I did cover it up with aluminum foil the last 20 minutes because I did not want a lot of it to get burned, like it started getting dark around the edges. I will try to include a picture at the end once I cut into it later tonight. But for now, I hope this little moment brought you joy. Until the next one.